Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Rando League race. As for week two, we've got Gameaholic representing Unretired Rando streamers versus Shalshalska representing Remembered Highway. It is only a 1v1 race. Hopefully, we can get the layouts sorted out quickly here. But yeah, so the settings for this week are going to be full countdown, full area, and vanilla bosses. So what that's going to mean is we can see in the top left corner, we have criteria with 3 items in it. We will see in each area the number of major upgrades that there are. So those are like the 16 named items, no E-tanks, missiles, supers, or power bombs. And the areas where items are listed are the same as the areas that are randomized. Now, criteria can't have suits, so these 3 upgrades and criteria are generally going to be less valuable, a bit less worth checking. They can still be very good items, obviously. We can see high jump, ice beam, bombs, all of which can be our progression. However, these items are still going to be devalued compared to anywhere else. All right, so in early plasma, that's going to help trivialize a lot of the more difficult sections of the game. Plasma beam, obviously great for being the most damaging beam. Also really nice for getting iframes to go through enemies. Just all around a great pickup for safety and speed. Question in chat, is Morph Ball always in the same spot? Morph Ball can be in one of 2 spots. It can either be in its vanilla location or in that ceiling E-tank location that we just saw our players deboost into. Those are, with the settings that we're using, those are going to be the only 2 locations you'll ever see it. But yeah, no power bombs early on. With these area seeds, we can see power bombs get delayed for quite a long time. It does mean at Bomb Terizo, we're very likely to find something like Screw Attack or bombs or speed. However, that's not a guarantee. There's still one portal that is open to us on the right side of criteria going down the pre-mote room. But yeah, generally I would be expecting our players to probably never go looking too deep for the one remaining item in criteria. Like, even if it's something like high jump boots, it's quite possible that clearing all of criteria isn't worth it for that. Criteria is just really slow. It has a lot of checks and they're all spread out. Yeah, Gameaholic here, checking BT. I would expect Schalke to do the same. It is skippable though, and okay, so this means that our players have exactly 1 portal that they can go through. That's going to be their progression. Yeah, so this is really annoying to get to this one portal without having bombs, screw attack, or anything. Just have to do those wall jumps. And our runners are going to be forced down whatever path it is that they find. And we have a red Bryn Star with one item. This is pretty interesting. So we can see two of the items that are here at Red Bryn. Gameaholic is leaving behind this green Bryn, and Shala unfortunately takes a death to the crabs that looked like those crabs are vicious. Thankfully, Shala did just save. Alright, and we found our one red Bryn item. It is Ice Beam. That's quite helpful. That's going to give Gameaholic an easier time checking the portals at the top of Red Tower. That is a kind of scary thing to do, though, because that door at the top of Red Tower is effectively a one-way door until we find power bombs. Yeah, Green Bryn is a rough place too. Like, honestly, just wherever we're just looking for power bombs at this point. However, I mean this could be really rough for Gameaholic. I don't fully understand. I mean, like, I guess the save here is fine. With the way that area randomizer works, it is stutter saves. So, like, Gameaholic didn't just overwrite his ship save or anything. Moment of Truth, just missiles. Still got 2 area transitions at the top here to check. Yeah, I mean, like, the worst case here is Gameaholic. Okay. The best worst case, Gameaholic finds nothing here. And in that case, he would just reset the ship, then go to Green Bryn to check these items. The worst case would be some sort of wild goose chase where we're doing something like killing Croc only for that whole area to have no power bombs. Yeah, see, that's one of those worst cases. That West Meridia could still be the progression. Varia can expect you to fall down West Meridia. And if that ends up being nothing, that's even more time sunk. If Gameaholic abandons that, and that is progression, that's awful too. There's just no good path forward here. Wreck Ship 3, that's quite interesting. What was the door at the middle of Red Tower? Oh yeah, Gameaholics making the play to fall down. East Meridia, front or back? Back, okay. Yeah, so really rough map so far. Oh, unfortunately, there's so much stuff in West Meridia that can just kill you instantly if you're on power suit, no tanks. Thankfully, Gameaholic does have the save right here. Yeah, and just an E-tank for Shala. I mean, obviously you want that. That could potentially help him in a situation like falling down West Meridia. And it looks like Shala might be going for the Spore fight here. Hopefully he saves first, because this is a soft lock otherwise. Alright, cool. Alright, Gameaholic not going for the Crab Supers check. That's not going to be our first logical power bombs. It's not in logic unless you can do suitless stuff, as I understand it. However, it can still be a good place to spike some out of logic power bombs. Alright, Gameaholic making it through okay, at least for now. Oh, that's really rough. Back at Lower Norfair, one item. So, seems like a fairly even distribution of major items here. We've got 16 in total, and we've already seen a good few. Yeah, Shala making the one wreck ship play here to find power bombs. Okay, that's huge. If Gameaholic doesn't come across something that'll be progression here, then he's going to be in a world of hurt. Shala can do wreck ship right now. It's Vanilla Boss, so it will be Fantoon. This is a pretty scary Fantoon fight, though, so yeah, looks like he's just gonna nope out. Go back to Green Bryn. Hopefully, you know, find an E-tank or two. Find some other nice item. Oh. If you're Gameaholic, he's thinking about it. I mean, you kinda have to do this, almost. Oh, Varius, dude. Right here in Brinstar, that makes Fantoon more than twice as survivable. So this is really rough here for Gameaholic, unfortunately. Yeah, Gameaholic does have some portal info advantage on Shala, but yeah, I think most likely it'll be stuff that Shala Shalska comes across just sort of incidentally, and he's going to be much more efficient about routing it in. Yeah, I mean, I guess it is true that Gameaholic is theoretically not too far from power bombs. And then Varia suit. It'll be interesting to see with Wreck Ship being decently item dense with 3 major upgrades there. Whether Shalashalska does want to full clear. I think this is a pretty reasonable situation that to full clear, especially if you do maybe want a little bit more safety. You know, but both these runners have played Super Metroid for quite a while. However, I think this is a matchup where runners are going to be decently even on movement. And so if you see stuff like, you know, Shala bailed initially on that Fantoon, then I think maybe that indicates we're going to want to look a bit more for stuff like screw attack. There we go. That's going to be such a boon for survivability everywhere. Now, something interesting here is if you are Shalashalska, do you still go for the early supers items just to pick up maybe an extra E-tank, get up to 10 power bombs or 30 supers? I think generally the answer is no, but I would understand the play. Alright, Gameaholic's grabbing that Varia. Depending on what's here at the top of Green Brinstar, we could see some divergence. Okay, so great. So Shalashalska is going to be coming back down. Highly likely to end up going into Wreck Ship after this. And a Wave Beam at Kraid. All we're missing at this point is Charge, and we'll have full beam combo. In a full countdown seed, it's much more likely that our players are going to rely on finding that Charge Beam compared to like just a complete full item rando. But compared to something like Major Minor, it is more likely that, like, if we see Gravity Suit buried decently deeply, it's quite possible we just find all the ammo we need incidentally. Oh. Timing just a little bit off with a great quick kill. Shyla goes for backup. And gets it. Nicely done. It can be really rough to recover from a situation like that. Skipping this item check, that you're watching the smartest player alive right now, I'm convinced it's impossible to skip checking behind Kraid. Also, memory just takes over. Alright, looks like Gameaholic is going to be checking Mission Impossible before doing left side Bryn. Gonna be a little bit of a time loss here. A lot of players do favor skipping Mission Impossible, leaving it for later. Either until you've full cleared all of Green Brinstar, or even until you're coming back with Speed Booster to check Waterway. And now we'll see from Shala. So, Wreck ship definitely seems like the most likely play for Shala at this point. It's definitely not something that you do want to isolate, and we already know the back of it, so we're not skipping a check by going there. This is the most convenient time it's ever going to be. So I would definitely expect that to be the play. However, we do have other plays to make. We still have to check the Red Britain Star Tube portal. Shala has not seen some of the criteria portals that Gameaholic did on his journey through West Meridia. Yeah, so Gameaholic is making a pretty common play here. Essentially, he is eschewing full map and routing efficiency in exchange for putting off the slower checks for later on. So, given the choice between early supers and Edacoons, if you are finding the one remaining major upgrade in early supers, you save so much time by not doing Edacoons, whereas the reverse is not true. Early supers is pretty quick to do, and at this stage, you're happy, like I mentioned earlier, just getting 30 supers, another E-tank. Meanwhile, Shalshalska finds Space Jump. That'll be nice for checking Sky Missiles later, as well as having a bit of an easier time in bowling, should Shala want to check the top of ship. Alright, and farming up just a little bit here. With Varia, Phantoon is going to deal 20 per flame or body shot. Wave Plasma is really nice for clearing out the flames, though. So, should hopefully be okay. Alright. Mid with a fast eye close. Unfortunate there for Shala. And Shala's just going to take it a bit safe. Maybe doesn't quite feel comfortable on this health. Yeah. So he's just waiting for the Phantoon to reappear each time. Really at just about any loadout, Phantoon can be a rough fight to execute well. Interesting save there for Gameaholic. I guess it's something you can do instead of going up and down the elevator, only for it to be nothing. Oh. Yeah, Shalashalska, this is a really scary... Oh my goodness, yeah. Really unfortunate that one flame just wasn't in the right spot for Shala to clear out. He did take a save, so it's not the end of the world, but that is a couple minutes lost. And it gives Gameaholic a chance to potentially make back up some of this lead. That, in conjunction with some of the map knowledge that Gameaholic does have definitely makes things a bit more interesting. Yeah, it's such a rough situation when you so like Shaloshalska had farmed the two little atomics, I think they're called, for their drops, and it was one big health that got him into having reserve filled up. So it can be a little bit more like falsely comforting to see that yellow auto lit up. Yeah, I mean, 5 supers would deal the trick here. Like, with Screw, you're not too worried about dying. That's still going to be slower even than, like, waiting for the reappear each time, though, with 5 missiles per phase. Wonder if that was some muscle memory there from Gameaholic. That was interesting to check the frog pocket when it can't have anything. Is this still a Team Rando? This is a 1v1 race. However, the league overall is teams. So for this week, Gameaholic is representing Unretired Rando streamers, and Shaloshalska is representing Remembered Highway. On the 1v1 weeks, each team has 2 races, with different people representing them for each race. Alright, there, Fantoon goes down. Yeah, we can see Gameaholic entering Wreck Ship just as Shaloshalska is taking down Fantoon. So definitely a lot of made-up time. There's still so many decisions at this point that can impact the lead changes here. And Gameaholic with 4 plus, I believe, 1 reserve should be in a bit of a cozier spot for this Fantoon fight. Wow. Alright, so at this point, the only thing keeping us from go mode is a way to kill Mother Brain. Yeah, at this point, I would not be doing top of ship. Second power bomb pack is really nice. Given that our runners have Screw, it's not strictly necessary for LN, but makes things so much cozier, especially in area rando where it's not as guaranteed that you're going to be able to farm out power bombs near where you need them. Alright, solid 3 Doppler there. Keep up at about that pace and you can get a 3 round. Oh, that's rough. Yeah, it looks like Shala is counting on charge up here. So Gameholic's timing was just a little bit off. That would have been really nice. Was that? I couldn't quite tell if that was missiles or supers on Shala's screen. But I think that was supers, and I really don't like that bail. At this point, I think it makes a lot of sense to be committing to getting enough ammo to kill Mother Brain. So yeah, if Gameaholic skips out on the top of ship here, this could be a pretty significant swing. Yeah, the bottom left item over Ocean was just power bombs. Yes, I'd really like to see Gameaholic just dip here. Or, I mean, you could even, if you wanted to, like, try and get cute and exit out the back. Yeah, see, just a Spazer here. Actually, less than worthless. This costs Shalka, excuse me, Shalashalska an additional pause. So, quite literally the worst item he could have found at the top of ship after all that time commitment. Yeah, so I'd kind of like to see Gameaholic just check this Wreck Ship E item. Leave out the back, which brings us into Red Brinstar. Route that immediately right next door into West Meridia. We've got 2 portals there to check. We still have Turian at large. We still have the front of East Meridia at large. We know that the back of East Meridia is in Red Brinstar. That's another option. We could just beeline there. That's actually probably better. I think that's a really good play here, is you exit out the back of Wreck Ship, go to middle of Red Tower, which leads you to the back of East Meridia. You're killing Dragon, you're getting a portal check. Barring anything else, you leave back out the back of of East Meridia. And then you have Tube at the bottom of Red Brinstar. That's a portal that is unchecked because we didn't have power bombs yet. And then, if that's nothing, we can look at the 2 portals in West Meridia. Quite interestingly, we actually have not found any Upper Norfair, I don't believe. Wait, that can't be right. Gameaholic might have found something on... No, I don't think he did on his pass through West Meridia. I think that's right. We know the bottom right portal of West Meridia because of Gameaholic. That goes back to Criteria, which then leads us to Croc. But yeah, so at this point, our runners are basically tied. However, Gameaholic has an advantage on ammo and energy. Both of them are doing that West Meridia play. Gameaholic already knows what the bottom right portal is here. Shalashalska does not know any of these portals in West Meridia. Gameaholic, it looks like he's forgotten that he has space jump, unfortunately. Okay, so West Meridia has both the front and the back of Lower Norfair. This is actually a little bit of a trap here for Shalashelska. Yeah, I highly doubt. Oh, looks like Gameaholic will be taking the front of LN. I really don't care. Okay, yeah, look, he's dipping out, hopefully to go to the back of LN. Just gonna be a much cleaner play, and it's right here. You know, Shalashelska, again being thorough with checks. Gameaholic, meanwhile. So, here Gameaholic is committing to finding enough ammo to kill Mother Brain. He's relatively close. However, I'm inclined to say it's still better to look in areas where there are major items you can find. So I'm not really huge on just seeing that beach. Yeah, it looks like Gameaholic forgot he has space jump. So I believe at this point, we are guaranteed to have Upper Norfair portals looping in on themselves. At least one. So if we have so like top left leads to Turian, top right leads to front of East Meridia, right leads to Okay, so we're not quite guaranteed to. It is possible. It's pretty rare to see portals that go to their own area. Alright, yeah, Gameaholic doing back to front LN. We'll be saving time finding those bombs immediately. And when you are looking for ammo, or even major items in a full countdown situation, Hoda Ruby missiles, or the jail power bombs here, is always an interesting check. But yeah, this is a really interesting map that we have not seen Upper Norfair whatsoever. Also has the potential to be a pretty big time save. Upper Norfair, it has a lot of items, but it's so slow to check. It's like Green Bryn and Upper Norfair both, if you can get away with completely skipping one of those areas, you actually feel so good about the time save. Alright, just an E-tank here. I don't think Gameholic's gonna be too upset about that E-tank, given he did just save. So, maybe a little bit worried about LN. Even with just about every item you can ask for, it can be scary. Yeah, Shalashalska looked like a bit of momentary, sort of weighing whether it's worth it to pick up missiles, and at this point, you kind of have to. Like, when you're full go minus charge, it's pretty difficult to just completely commit to finding charge. Especially since we do still have 7 unchecked major upgrades for Shalashalska. Or 7 for both players, actually. It'll soon be 6 for Shalashalska, so... Yeah, that E-tank could actually be pretty huge for Shala, because this is... this is pretty scary health for anyone to face Ridley, I think. I'll be kind of curious to see, so... Shala, when he exits out the back of LN, that'll be another portal he tracks for West Meridia, and then the last portal leads to Criteria. The Kago's room. Which is right next to Croc. I believe Croc has 0. So if Shala is full committing to charge, I think no matter what, you're just skipping Croc here. Or Croc might have been 1, though. Yeah, I think Croc had 1, actually, so it'll be interesting to see how 100% committed Shala is to finding charge, if he's going to go as far as killing Croc. Meanwhile, Gameaholic, I think the play that makes the most sense here would be, after LN, go back to Red Tower, which routes you into back of East Meridia. And that'll be Gameaholic's final boss. It'll be 1 extra portal check, which could be Turi, and that's the only thing we really care about anymore. And funnily enough, that does mean that it's technically possible, although highly unlikely, for Gameaholic to finish the entire seed without ever seeing Upper Norfair. Would definitely require East Meridia to have a lot of supers, though. But now Gameholic's going... I guess he's checking the portal at the bottom of Criteria behind Morph. Oh, that's true. Mode is also outstanding. Alright, back at Gauntlet's kind of an interesting check here. I'm not sure that I would, necessarily. If you're just looking for charge. Oh, I really don't like the Croc play here. Yeah, so now I'm really curious to see what Shalashalska does. Yeah, especially with Gameaholic having skipped top of Wreck Ship. It's like, he knows that he is not 100% committed to finding charge. So... You know, five more super packs gets us where we really want to be. Four more super packs gets us to where we can kill Mother Brain refilling after doors. And it's just a spring ball behind Croc. It's one of the Super Metroid items of all time. So yeah, I guess Gameaholic checks Moat and could potentially save Scum bottom of Criteria here. Okay, this is kind of interesting. I don't think there was any supers at the back of Gauntlet. I think it was, what, like an E-Tank and a Power Bomb pack? So this play is searching Criteria for the major upgrade. There is a super pack that's not insignificant at this point. Alright. So, in all likelihood, this will be Upper Norfair. There are just so many Upper Norfair portals left in the pool. I'm pretty surprised Gameaholic would not follow that, to be honest. You just have so many more easily available portals in Upper Norfair compared to the one portal at the bottom of Criteria where you're searching for one major upgrade compared to Upper Norfair's 2, even if you are like full committing to the charge. Like, unless it's literally Turian behind Criteria, you're going to incidentally run into this bottom of Criteria portal anyway. So yeah, I mean, we'll see if there's anything down here at the bottom of Criteria. Gameaholic going back for 230. I believe Shellashaska checked this earlier. Yeah, just need tank. Alright, it's going to be pretty rough for both of these players if we end up with the item of Climb Supers. Well, it is charge, and both players are going to be picking that up. That's going to be that's going to be a pretty fair bit more significant for Shala compared to Gameaholic, because Shala was down by 10 supers and 20 missiles. Like, I'm... For Gameaholic, at least, I'm not really convinced that all this searching for charge saved him time compared to looking for just a few extra super packs. It does alleviate any concerns of missing shots on Mother Brain, though. Oh, well, there's Tube. So, at this point, the map is looking nice that we're gonna, in Upper Norfair, we're about to find the front of East Meridia, go do that, then dip back out and immediately happen upon Turian. Yeah, so at this point, Gameaholic's either finding Turian or East Meridia here, and then he's just going to space jump left of the croc door to find the other. Alright, and with that, we have 100% map knowledge. This is a slightly slower route the Gameaholic is taking. Where is Gameaholic going? Yeah, so with that little extra foray up to the save station from Gameaholic, Shalashalska is now just a little bit ahead. Or just a little bit behind, I mean. So, I mean, this is ridiculously close. And there's not really anything separating these runners. Except Gameaholic can do stand-up. Would be funny if it came down to stand-up. That's true. Both runners are also a Yahoo pool skip apart. I don't imagine either of these runners know the low ice baby skip. Nobody should. I'll be curious to see how many people do know and go for speedless high jump and low ice baby skip. Even just next Rando League. Yeah, I mean, I was talking about it the other day. I am curious when we're going to see the first race that is decided by a baby skip with a non-traditional item loadout. It's just really hard to end up in those situations. Chat asking, is this race as close as it looks? It absolutely is. Our runners are both going to exit East Meridia, and Turian is right next door. Oh, that's true. Zost in chat pointing out that if you just know every strat with every loadout, that helps. That's pretty good advice when anyone asks me, what should I practice to get into Rando League? I just tell them everything. Alright, fun strat there. Shalska space jumping up above so he can just screw attack through those blocks. One of the more recent area changes actually did change the blocks at the bottom of Aqueduct. Like that you would normally power bomb out in any percent, those are changed to bomb blocks. So you actually can just come from below. It was a change that happened like a couple months ago. So for future races, it is a nice thing to know. I don't think that change is documented anywhere. Alright, so Gameaholic just a couple Metroid rooms ahead at this point. Not sure if either of these runners are familiar with down-back Zeb skip. I wouldn't necessarily expect them to be, but Gameaholic also knows some fairly esoteric stuff. I ever could just see them both turning off screw attack. I think Shala is? Okay. Yeah, if the players' positions were reversed and we had Gameaholic, just like this baby cutscene behind, it would be pretty interesting because of stand-up. As it is, we'll have to see if Gameaholic... Oh! a race this close, taking this save is non-trivial. So at least for more security in his lead, Gameaholic really wants to retain enough health here to be able to do stand up. Shalska's taking a save before Mother Brain as well. This is interesting. Looks like Shal is going to be going for the down back sub skip. Yeah. Alright, gets it there. Unfortunately, just too much of a time sink. At this point, as long as Gameaholic doesn't have any stand-up issues, he should be able to take the... People who damage off Mother Brain's head are built different, I swear to God. Yeah, so Game stood in the back for a while, maybe just playing a little bit safer, try not to get hit by Mother Brain. This isn't Animal Surprise, only Multi-World's Animal Surprise. Yeah, that's true. The Fantoon death that Shalska took made the difference this race. Obviously, you can say that about quite a few decisions this race, but all other things equal. All right. It's like Gameaholic, not gonna save any animals. Good thing, that'd be a bit scary in the race this close. And with that, Gameaholic does finish in first place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 10 minutes, and 49 seconds. GG. We'll see if he wants to come in for an interview. All right, and we are joined now by the winner of today's race, Gameaholic, GG.
Yeah, I did not expect it to be that close. I thought I made some enough questionable choices early on that may have cost me the run.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting race to watch. The big difference, I think. So Shala did take a death to Fantoon that really hurt him, and that by itself did like make enough of a difference to be a lead change. Aside from that, there were just like a few differences in checks. Shalashalska was a bit more thorough. Like he checked the top of wreck ship.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was going to cost me or not, but luckily Billy Mays bailed me out. But I just figured that I still haven't seen any of Upper Norfair, and there's still a lot exits I have to check for. Was it for the rest of the bosses and Turian? So I was going to check ammo one way or the other.
All right. Yeah. And it does look like Shalashalska did finish in second place with an official racetime.gg time of 1 hour, 12 minutes, 30 seconds. GG.
Yeah. Ooh, GG.
And we are joined now as well by Shala. GG.
GG.
If you're saying anything, we can't hear from your mic.
Yep. Yeah, GG.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty decent. I apparently definitely need to practice Fantoon some more.
How early did you go there? Since like
It was right after Brinstar. Right after I did Brinstar, then Kraid, then back and straight to Fantoon after that.
Yeah, it's rough. I played a bit safer since I did some practices with early Fantoons and decided that I should do it when I was a bit more comfy. Had to be a bit more comfy at the Fantoon fights, but
yeah, I thought I'd be fine with Varia and Screw Attack and all the beams but charge, but apparently not quite. I would have been fine, but I missed a missile on my. On the fourth round, I missed a missile in the first set, so I couldn't use a super at the end of the fourth round to finish off. So I ended up doing a fifth round.
Hate to hear that.
I just barely didn't quite have enough health.
Yeah, and there was a really unfortunate flame bounce in there where you shot like just before the flames hitbox appeared.
Yeah.
I thought I threw it just because I did a lot of early checks since I wanted to scout for more exits, but no, that it didn't really reward any better routings from that. So got some info, but the early Brinstar really helped out. I think was definitely a play.
Yeah. And also, I think I heard you skip the top of ship, which was probably a good idea.
Yeah.
And I was pretty sure there was a major there, and it turned out to just be Spazer.
Oh wow! Of all the majors, yeah. I just thought that I can't get reserve, and bowling and everything was slow, and I was still missing Norfair and a bunch of exits, so I was going to check for ammo or charge one way or the other. So I figured,
Yeah, I figured odds were that the major wasn't going to be at reserve. I wasn't even going to scout reserve I was just going to grab everything else, and then because I had I had everything I needed to get through to Forgotten Highway. So I wanted to check that exit, so I was just going to grab the Wreckship E-Tank on the way, and at that point I would have had every item in Wreckship but the reserve, so I would have known the reserve was a major at that point.
I did compliment at least checking Attic and Ocean, but I would have skipped bowling. I would have definitely skipped bowling if I didn't see anything there.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely have to check this spot out since it was definitely a lot closer than I thought. And
Yeah, it was a really interesting map too. Neither runner found Upper Norfair until you were literally looking for the last boss.
yeah, that was like really gated since we couldn't it was a really long backtrack to criteria after we got bombs.
Mm-hmm.
And we already had access to Fantoon and Ridley, so there wasn't any incentive for us to check there right off the bat.
Right. But yeah.
A couple of routes into it, but yeah, they were not super easy to get to.
Mm-hmm.
I am glad that I definitely bailed out because once I found Norfair, I was complicated in checking and grabbing ammo because Norfair has a lot of items, but I figured that I was still looking for terrain exit, and in the off chance that Brinstar Construction Zone had terrain, that would have been really good info to snag, but Billy Mays paid off.
Yeah, I didn't get charged until right at the end of the game.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I think you two both got charged within like 30 seconds of each other. Yeah, but yeah, GG to both of you. Gameaholic, congrats on the win. Both of you, best of luck in the future rounds of this tournament. Any parting words from either of you?
Just want to say thanks for a really awesome match. Gotta watch the VODs. Thanks for commentating this. Looking forward to watching that too. And really thanks for my team Plums for tracking this too to make for this last minute schedule change.
It was really good.
Awesome. Yeah, well, be sure to go follow both of the runners. Go follow Gameaholic. Go follow Shalashalska. And if you would be so kind, follow the comms team, or the broadcast team as well. I've been Glove on comms, and we've had Plumpst on tracking. And from all of us here at Speed Gaming, we'll see you next mission.